Today I have some Christmas gift ideas for 2023. Today's video is part of a collaboration with several of my sweet YouTube friends. I'll have a link to the playlist in the description box below. Be sure and check out each creator's unique gift ideas for the holiday season. Gift idea number 1 is for the hostess. Luckily, being in the South, I have access to oyster shells. So I got these 2 oyster shells from a local restaurant and I drilled a hole in the top of each one. The center of each shell will get 2 coats of Waverly White chalk paint. The next part is actually images from the graphics fairy. I printed them onto a piece of tissue paper, taped to a piece of printer paper, and then I cut out the images. The nutcracker that you see here is not actually the one that I end up using. Once I got it on the shell, I didn't like the way it looked, but the process is the same. I'm using a paintbrush dipped in water just to take off the edges around each image. It seems to work a little bit better when the outline of the image is not just a straight cut. Now I'm going to apply Mod Podge to the center of the shells, and then I'm going to place each image on top of the Mod Podge and cover it again with another layer of Mod Podge. So this is when I decided I didn't really like the square shape of the nutcracker image, so I am going to remove that and add a different one in its place. And here's a look at the new nutcracker. While the Mod Podge is drying, I'm using my gold paint pen to go around the edges of the shell. These are looking lovely so far. Now we just need to add a ribbon. I think these are the perfect little hostess gifts for the holiday season. Now I'm going to wrap these separately just to give you a couple of ideas on how to package them. I'm using some of the shredded paper in one of these clear loot bags from the Dollar Tree. I placed in the nutcracker ornament, and then I'm simply going to tie it up at the top and add some embellishments. Another way to package them would be in a box. This is a box from Dollar Tree. I'm just filling it with shredded paper, and then I'm gently laying the oyster shell on top. I cut a strip of a silk blouse that I got at a thrift store to tie a ribbon around the box. Gift idea number 2 is for the candle lover. I love to rescue pieces at thrift stores, and this little coffee mug was the perfect thing to rescue and to add a candle to. I'm using Mr. Mole's sticky wax to apply a wick to the bottom of the coffee mug. This is soy wax that I got from Hobby Lobby, and I'm going to be pouring this into a jar. Actually, I'm putting it in this can, then I'm putting it in this jar because the can kept floating to the top. So the jar is heavier. I did melt the wax down. I poured it into another container so that I could stir in a scent. I didn't realize how much I was using, but I used more than I should have because this candle did not want to harden up. So I'm going to show you what I did, mistake and all. I did pour too much of this scent into the candle wax. I stirred it up and then poured it into my mug and waited for it to harden up, but it did not. So what I ended up doing was I placed this mixture back into my pot, but I only used about half of it, and I added some extra wax to it, and it did harden up fine. I also added one of these wax gingerbread men that I made in one of my previous videos, and I sprinkled some of that soy wax on top. Now, I took this little bottle and added some matches to it, and I'm going to tie a ribbon around the bottle and then attach the bottle to the handle of the mug. To package it, I'm using one of these white Dollar Tree boxes. I placed some paper shred in the bottom, and then I surrounded the cup with more paper shred. I placed the top on and tied another one of those red silk ribbons around the top. Gift number 3 is for the self-care lover. For this project, I'm using 3 bars of Jergens mild soap from the Dollar Tree. I'm going to open the packages and I'm going to cut them up into chunks. Once I've got them cut into chunks, I'm going to add them to a microwavable safe bowl, and I'm going to add about 1/8 of a cup of water. I'm going to place them in the microwave for about 30 seconds and then take them out to stir. Then I added it back to the microwave for another 30 seconds and gave it another good stir. I did this about 4 times at 30-second intervals, and I did add about another 1/8 of a cup of water before the last time. Once the soap is soft and pliable, I added in some of this chamomile soap additive from Hobby Lobby. I also added in a little bit of oats. I lined a couple of molds, or what I'm using as molds, with some plastic wrap so that I would be able to remove the soap from the molds easily. This is just a square container I had that was in the shape of a bar of soap, so I filled it all the way up, and I also used a measuring cup. Once the soap hardens, I'm able to pull it out with that plastic wrap. I'm going to unwrap the soap, even off any rough edges, and then I'm going to show you how I packaged them. This is just a paper lunch bag that I cut into a strip, and then I tore it there. I'm going to stamp on the front of it. I had planned to use stamps that said chamomile oatmeal, but that was just too many letters for me to try to line up. So I just stamped hand poured, and I also used a little flower stamp that I had in the center there. Now I took this square bar of soap and I wrapped this piece of paper around the center of the soap.
So let me explain again what this moment actually requires. That means prior the legal military capabilities Ukraine needs.
I also added this little wheat stalk to the front of the soap and tied it with some jute twine. And for just a little bit extra, I used this soap holder from Dollar General. I got it for $3. It's bamboo, and I'm just going to tie the soap onto the soap holder. Now I'm adding my soap to one of the cellophane bags, and I'm going to tie up the top and embellish it as well. For the round soap, I did the same thing with the stamping, but I used a round label. I tea stained a coffee filter and let it dry, and then I wrapped the soap with the coffee filter. I placed my label on the bottom of the soap and tied it up with some jute twine. To complete this gift, I added one of these sponges from Dollar Tree and added both of them into a little thrifted basket. Now the packaging for both of these soaps is fine to stop here, but I wanted to do a little bit more. So I used some of these paper bags from the Dollar Tree, and I used some Christmas stamps that I had for the front of the bags. I clearly did not press down enough on this stamp because you can see at the top I'm missing some of it, but I did go back and was able to fix that. I also used my printer and some of this watercolor paper and my paper trimmer and made some tags for the bags. I placed the soaps in each bag and added a ribbon and a tag. Gift number 3 is for the soup lover. I started with this little bowl that I got at Walmart in their front little section where everything is under $5. This was $3, and I'm also adding this bean and bacon soup mix If you have holiday markets in your area, this is a great place to find dip mixes, soup mixes, that sort of thing, which is great for the holiday season and gift giving. I added in a spoon that I got from Dollar Tree, as well as a little tea towel that I had on hand, and added a little green tree. I packaged this into some cellophane, and this gift was good to go. Gift number 4 is for the pet lover. I'm making mine for our kitty, and I got this bowl, which is definitely not a Dollar Tree bowl, but the snacks are from Dollar Tree, and I added in a few toys. Once I have this arranged, I'll just add some cellophane and tie it at the top. Any pet lover would certainly appreciate and love a gift for their pet. Here's a look back at all our gifts. Let me know which one is your favorite. Don't forget to check out the description box below for the playlist so that you can get some unique gift ideas for the upcoming holiday season. And if you haven't already, please give this video a like with a thumbs up, and I invite you to subscribe as well. Thanks so much for watching. Remember to share the chic. Bye now.